Well, good afternoon, everybody. For those that don't know me, my name is Richard Del Toro, Acting Chief of Police for the Port St. Lucie Police Department. I want to welcome you all to the 2023 First Quarter Awards Ceremony. Our Master of Ceremonies today will be our PIO, Sergeant John Delacroce. And I want to just give special recognition in the back to our Awards Committee Chairman, Josh Safamilla. Thank you, Josh, for all you did today, putting this together. So a lot of great awards and accomplishments to celebrate. We're going to go ahead and start, though, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is that Mom? Is that your mom? All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our service citation. Sarge.
All right, we'll begin with our 5-year service citations. Officer Daniel Leafling, Animal Control Officer Millward, and Evidence Technician Shandy Rodriguez. Ten-year service citation, Crime and Intelligence Analyst Michelle Wentz.
Yeah, Michelle. Stay up for the picture.
15-year service citation, Officer Al Riccardi. 20-year service citations, Sergeant Carasquillo, Officer Will Harris, Officer Russ Jackson, Officer Scott Johnson, and Victims Advocate Coordinator Terry Owen.
Lisa said she wasn't coming up unless you pronounced her name correctly, but we'll see. You were close.
I was practicing all night, I still messed it up. For our career ladder program, Detective Penny achieved Master Officer status, Detective Vega, Police Officer 1, and Officer Julian Wright to Police Officer 1.
Here comes Julian. Let's give him a round of applause.
Educational achievement, Sergeant Harrington achieved his Associates of Science in Criminal Justice. Detective Adams achieved his Associates of Science in Criminal Justice. Officer Chun, Associates of Science in Criminal Justice. Detective Mayer, Associates of Science in Criminal Justice. And Officer Yanis Wyckoff, Associates of Arts.
Awesome. So I'm always happy to see everyone moving forward with higher education. I did note that 3 out of the 5 award winners were from special investigations, so that's great. But are you guys making any cases, or are you doing schoolwork all day over there? No, it's great, though. It's awesome. You know, we have I looked this up before I came over here, but we have 344 total employees, civilian and sworn, in the department. And 210 of those employees have graduated with higher education. We have 69 associate degrees, 111 bachelor degrees, and 30 master's degrees. So that's awesome. Keep pushing forward. That is amazing. That's going to help us get to be where we want to be in this profession. So congratulations to all of you. That's great work. So thank you. Thanks, Sarge.
Next, we have a unit citation for a homicide response shooting. We have a lot of names to get through. Acting Chief Richard Del Toro, Acting Commander Howie, Sergeant Kilner, Detective Giacconi, Iannone, O'Hara, Singleton, and Vega, Officer Brostanet, Fry, Goldstein, Hall, Hoover, Jarrett, Lawton, McDonough, Perkins, and Thayer, Crime Analyst Bianca de Jesus, Acting Assistant Chief Mark DeMeo, Acting Assistant Chief Nimzik, Sergeant Alves, Sergeant LaGrega, CSI Manager Joel Smith, Detective Harrington, Lavecchio, Palmer, Valentin, Canine Officer Gibbons, Officer Durbin, Gabriel, Golson, Helseth, Jackson, Laviano, Muriel, Moreland, Rodriguez, and Officer Julian Wright. Congratulations, you have been awarded a unit citation based on a nomination submitted by Sergeant Reese Kilner. On March 23rd, officers responded to Northwest Duke Circle regarding a shooting call. Upon arrival, they located a deceased male with multiple gunshot wounds in a vehicle in front of the residence. Officers immediately took control of the scene, ensuring the safety of the community. It was determined that the suspect fled the scene just prior to their arrival. Officers quickly determined the suspect's identity, along with his vehicle description and a possible direction of travel. A regional BOLO was quickly broadcasted to neighboring jurisdictions. A crime scene was established and turned over to responding detectives and crime scene investigators. During the course of the event, and through a combined team effort of all involved, this critical incident was resolved. Congratulations on a job well done.
Now that was some great work done out there. A lot of teamwork from patrol to detectives to our crime analysts. Really got it done and resolved in a very timely and efficient manner. So I appreciate everyone's teamwork. I know a lot of names were read there, but that's how we do it in Port St. Lucie. We're all one team working towards one goal. So that was a great job. So, Sergeant, I know that was a lot of names.
We got another one coming
Good.
up right now.
We do? All right. We got another one coming up here. All right.
Next, we have a unit citation for a stolen vehicle case. Acting Lieutenant Helseth, Sergeant Caudell, Kilner, and Reynolds, Detective Estrella, Detective Lewis, Officer Brostanet, Durbin, Garcia, Gibbons, Green, Helseth, Hoover, Neidel, Leafling, Marin, McDonough, Ojeda, Rodriguez, Thomas, Yeba, Lieutenant Cuba, Lieutenant Norcus, Sergeant Alves, Sergeant Sheila LaGrega, Acting Sergeant Brett LaGrega, Detective Kristen Meyer, Canine Officer Mitch Miller, Officer Corona, Fry, Gaspar, Golson, Hall, Holly, Jackson, Lawton, Lodwick, Muriel, McInerney, Pito, Thayer, Officer Julian Wright, and Crime Analyst Michelle Wentz.
So another large group who's going to read it in a minute. I noticed, Officer Harris, your mom's here today. Ma'am, would you like an award? We read a lot of names right there, but no, go ahead, Sergeant. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, you have been awarded a unit citation based on a nomination received from Detective Sergeant Alves. District 2 officers responded to a stolen vehicle with an elderly person who was left inside the vehicle at the time it was stolen. This was a very active scene with many quickly moving parts. The suspect was unknown and it was unclear whether the elderly victim was in danger. Detectives Malavetsky, Papaleo, Harrigan, and Giaccone responded. Detectives Papaleo and Harrigan obtained video surveillance and sent out a picture of the suspect. The suspect was identified and contacted by Detective Giaccone. Ultimately, the suspect voluntarily turned himself in, and post-Miranda rights, Detective Malavetsky obtained a confession from the individual. Due to the teamwork and excellent communication on scene, this investigation was solved in less than 24 hours. No one was harmed. The investigation was cleared by arrest. Congratulations on a job well done. Next, we have a unit citation for a drive-by shooting. Detective Harrigan, Holiday, O'Hara, Squateri, Officer Durbin, Hoover, Thompson, Detective Harrington, Iannone, Papaleo, Vega, Officer Goldstein, Thayer, and CSI Acevedo. Congratulations, you have been awarded a unit citation based on a nomination submitted by Sergeant Alves. Officer Goldstein, Durbin, Thompson, Hoover, and Thayer responded to a shooting with no injuries where unknown suspects drove by a residence and fired multiple rounds into the home. Surveillance video was obtained and the crime scene was secured. Detectives, along with CSI, conducted extensive follow-up, locating more surveillance video, shell casings, identifying and locating all three suspects involved. Detective Papaleo obtained confessions from all three suspects, and they were arrested and charged with firing a weapon from a moving vehicle and shooting a deadly missile into an occupied residence. The shooter also had an active warrant for ag assault with a deadly weapon. Detectives also recovered the firearm used during the crime, and the gun was entered into evidence. Because of the thorough initial investigation by responding officers and extensive follow-up by detectives, this case was rapidly solved. This brought closure to the victims and reassured the residents of Port St. Lucie that the safety of their community is a top priority to our agency. Congratulations on a job well done.
And Detective Nags just reminded me, if you please haven't done so already, please silence your cell phone. So, thank you. We love Fred. He's always good with the weather. Beautiful day today. The weather, Fred. Good.
Next, we have a accommodation citation for Detective Erica Venazio. She's stuck on an operation, but she's not going to be able to come today. Next, we have a life-saving citation, Officer Bernst and Officer McGore. Congratulations. Based upon a nomination submitted by Sergeant Capozzi, you're the recipient of the Life-Saving Citation Award based on a call for service on March 14th in rendering aid to a 23-year-old unconscious female. At her home on Northwest Rainbow Street, a female ingested multiple unknown substances that she located at a gas station. When you arrived on scene, she was unconscious and not breathing. Officer Burns administered a dose of Narcan, while Officer McGurr started setting up his department-issued AED. The dose of Narcan appeared to have no immediate response, and the AED advised there was no shockable rhythm. Officer Burns immediately began CPR until he observed the female regain consciousness and her breath. As a result of your quick and decisive actions by providing life-saving measures, the female will make a full recovery. Thank you for your prompt response and dedication to our community. We have another life-saving citation, Officer Woodruff and Officer Theriot. Congratulations. Based upon a nomination submitted by Sergeant Dorico, you're the recipient of the Life-Saving Citation Award based on your quick actions on March 25th in assisting and saving a man's life. At a home on Northeast Dote Street, a male was located on the floor unconscious and not breathing by his stepson. Officer Woodruff was the first to arrive on scene and quickly began the AED process. Once Officer Theriot arrived on scene, he instantly took over CPR compressions until rescue arrived. On March 28th, Sergeant Dorico followed up with St. Lucie Medical, where she learned the victim was still alive and recovering in ICU. Through your training, fast response, immediate life-saving measures, the victim is still alive today. Thank you for your prompt response and dedication to our community.
I just asked Tanner if you got his name right. He said, yeah, it was the proper pronunciation, so that's good. Good job.
Another life-saving citation, Officer Stephen Chip. Congratulations. Based upon a nomination submitted by Sergeant Auguste, you are the recipient of the Life-Saving Citation Award based on your quick actions on March 22nd in rendering aid to an unconscious male. You were dispatched to a home on Northwest Ginger Lane for an unconscious and not breathing male. Immediately, you took over CPR and started performing 30 chest compressions. The male began grasping for air and eventually breathing on his own. You stayed with the male until St. Lucie County Fire Rescue responded and took over. As a result of your quick thinking and immediate actions by providing life-saving measures, the male recovered. Thank you for your prompt response and dedication to our community.
Fred, everything good? Still sunny outside? All right, good job. All right, thank you.
Life-saving citation, Officer Matthew Gilbert. Administrative Excellence Award, Officer Michael Connor.
Thank you, sir.
Administrative Excellence Award, Sergeant Matt Reynolds. Congratulations, you are being presented an Administrative Excellence Award for the first quarter of 2023 based upon an award nomination submitted by Sergeant Bort. Sergeant Bort wrote, Sergeant Matt Reynolds is the lead SWAT technician. He has an impeccable ability to collect data, formulate graphs, charts, and tables. He can compile the data in a way that is easily read and understand and justifies the utilization of the SWAT techs. During the last SWAT retreat, you were awarded the SWAT Administrative Excellence Award by the team commanders. You are continually working on ways to improve the overall program of the drones, robotics, and technology that the agency possesses. You complete tasks such as purchase requests, quotes, and training requests fully without any errors. You played an intricate part in transitioning from the old drone fleet that was going to be obsolete due to a recent law change. You assisted with seeking out new technology to replace the fleet, getting vendors to showcase their products. You are truly an asset to the SWAT team and most worthy of receiving the Administrative Excellence Award. Congratulations.
Matt. So for those that don't know, our SWAT team now encompasses obviously a command element, entry, snipers, crisis negotiation team, and our newest element, which are the SWAT techs, which deals with robotics and drones. And Sergeant Reynolds is our lead tech, and we have close to almost 40 members now on our SWAT team, and just does a great job providing us that aerial footage that we need. I mean, believe it or not, we had a situation one night. I was at home, couldn't get out to the scene, but I was able on my phone to actually watch the drone fly through a house and search out the house, which just enhances our safety for our officers. So Matt, great job. I did notice the new drones that you did bought, one crashed in a lake. They left that out of the nomination, but that wasn't your fault. We got it replaced. So, but they just do a fantastic job. Those drones have enhanced our ability on patrol to right away get on scenes, find missing kids. We found 2 5-year-olds one time that were walking near a lake. I mean, we all know with alligators, things like that, and not to mention the safety near water, but just it enhances our abilities tenfold. So great job, Matt, and keep up the great work. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Administrative Excellence Award, Sergeant Maya Gust. Next, we have the volunteer of the first quarter, Vincent D'Amico. Congratulations. Based upon a nomination submitted by Donna Hentz, you have been selected as the volunteer of the first quarter. You have served as a volunteer with our agency since 2004 and are currently working as the volunteer captain for the St. Lucie North Community Patrol. You act as the eyes and ears of the police department in the St. James northern area of the city. Your volunteer hours are exceptional as you are one of the most active volunteers in that area. You ensure that you are always available when the need arises, and you are a dedicated member of the volunteer unit. You are a pleasure to work with and are considered a vital asset to the volunteer program. Thank you for making a difference.
So we have close to 200 volunteers in our agency that are managed by Ms. Donna Hentz. She does a great job doing that. It was formerly Tom Andrew, but 120 of those volunteers are part of our community patrol. They're out there, they've gone through a certification class, they're out there patrolling the streets, just calling in anything suspicious, being our extra eyes and ears. So Mr. D'Amico, thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate all your hard work. Thank you, sir.
Civilian of the first quarter, Public Service Specialist Donna Froley. Congratulations. Based upon a nomination received by Lisa Smith and Kim Reisinger, you have been selected as the civilian of the first quarter. You have excelled in your job duties during the first quarter. You provide coverage in the absence of the manager and have become a go-to for information. You are thorough and quickly follow through on any task assigned. Even during times when the office has had several vacancies, you continue to step up while maintaining a positive attitude. You have been noticed for providing key efficient communication to other areas of the agency, specifically to the chief's office and purchasing section. You are a great mentor to new employees in your area, providing training as needed. You are always willing to help, and you go above and beyond when you do. Keep up the great work.
So Donna, like our other, used to be PSAs, I haven't got used to the new name yet, but just does a fantastic job. I just asked her if that was the first time she's ever won that award, and she said yes, which I was surprised because she just day in, day out does a fantastic job. Our PSA section is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's staffed by some incredible people. And shift work's not easy. It's tough. But every time I call in there after hours when I have to do something, Donna always answers the phone in just such a pleasant way and helps me do so many things that I just really appreciate. Donna, thank you for all your hard work. Thank all the PSAs, and just appreciate you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Detective of the first quarter, Detective Mark Stotler. Congratulations. Based on Detective Sergeant Safamilla's nomination, you have been selected as the detective of the first quarter. Being responsible for the investigation of street crimes and violence committed by gang members, this position also requires constant documentation to meet the criteria established by Florida state statute. Your level of competence has led to favorable outcomes with numerous cases. You continuously learn new investigative strategies and implement them in his investigations. Over the last several months, you have shown a willingness to assist your coworkers while managing your caseload. You can be counted on to complete tasks and follow up without any instruction. One noteworthy case was while you were conducting surveillance at the Lakeside Center due to an increase in narcotic sales. You observed a vehicle committing numerous traffic infractions and a traffic stop was conducted. A search of the vehicle yielded a loaded handgun and drugs. The suspect, identified as a blood gang member, was arrested for numerous felony charges. Due to your constant, exceptional work performance, you are most deserving to be honored as the detective of the first quarter. Congratulations.
So in addition to taking college courses all day, our Special Investigations Division handles a lot of things, including narcotics, our gang investigations, Homeland Security, United States Marshal Service, and our new Behavioral Threat Assessment Management Program dealing with people that might pose a threat to the community. I think it's just going to be very important moving forward. Obviously, mental health is a huge issue. So hats off to our Special Investigations Division under Commander Swancheck. Just appreciate all of you and all you do each and every single day, and keep up the good work. Great job, Mark. Appreciate it.
Last award for this afternoon is Officer of the First Quarter, Officer Tanner Terrio. Congratulations. Based on a nomination submitted by Sergeant Harris, you have been named Officer of the First Quarter. You are constantly on or above average for our squad on self-initiated traffic activity. During the first quarter of 2023, you wrote 98 reports, made 14 arrests, completed 10 crash reports, wrote 110 citations, and completed 10 FI cards. In addition to your assigned duties, you are a team player who is quick to patrol hotspots in your teammate zones, as well as help by taking calls out of your assigned area when needed. One incident is for your work on the Kalamazoo hotspot. In the early morning hours, you took a stolen vehicle report. After canvassing the immediate area and patrolling the adjacent neighborhoods, you located the stolen car just a few hours later. The following night, you provided surveillance using night vision goggles with a hunch the suspect might return to where he had left the stolen vehicle. You located the suspect in the area where the stolen SUV was recovered with the keys on him. The suspect was subsequently tied to other burglaries in the hotspot and the recovery of most stolen property. You are a definition of teamwork and deserve to be named the Officer of the First Quarter. Keep up the great work and congratulations.
So I had to check the memo. It's Calmoso. It was spelled right. We're getting there, bud. Let's give a big hand to Sergeant Delacroix. He's done an awesome job. It is not easy being in front of a group of people and having to read all this stuff. It is very hard. He does a great job most of the time. But no, It's all out of love. He knows that. But Tanner, great job. Tanner has just been a shining star from day one since he started in the department, like a lot of other people. Works extremely hard on midnights. I don't know, a lot of people have worked midnights before. It's a tough shift to work. They work from 10 at night till 8 in the morning, and I had the opportunity, and so have several of our command staff, to go into midnights recently, and it's a very young, energetic squad. And I remember when I worked midnights, it was just, we walked in there sometimes like, half asleep because you're just so tired from being up all night. But I walked in there and I was so energized because just that young enthusiasm, so excited to be on the job. Tanner's one of those officers, brings such life to the shift. And every morning, we get to, after, sleeping all night, I wake up, I get to read our command notification. Those are emails to let us know what's happened the last, 10 hours or so throughout the night. And I'm just amazed at the great work that goes on all night long. Our officers keeping us safe each and every single night. So thankful for you all. You do a great job. So Tanner, congratulations. I wish you well. You're going to keep doing great things. You got a great future ahead of you. So thank you, sir. I think that's it, right? So that's it. That's our awards for the first quarter. We have refreshments across the street. I do want to take a moment to remind everybody that May, and especially May 15th, is National Police Officer Memorial Day. It's when we remember all the officers that were lost in the line of duty, including two of our own, Officer Steve Brown and Sergeant Donald Mahan. And there will be two memorial ceremonies, one on May 9th at 7 p.m. at St. Bernadette's. That is a countywide memorial service where we remember all the officers, law enforcement officers, that passed away in the line of duty throughout St. Lucie County. And on May the 17th, here at police headquarters, we will be having our annual memorial service at 8:30 in the morning to remember those two fine officers. So if your schedule permits, let's please take a couple moments to remember those officers and never forget their sacrifice and service and their families to this community. So thank you all. God bless you, and I appreciate you all being here today. Thank you.